Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Digital Third. You are watching episode 1, the inaugural live stream kickoff episode, and I have to tell you, it is so good to be back. I have to warn you, though, I got to brush off a lot of rust, so please forgive me. All right, so as part of our launch for the Digital Third, we want to give value to say thank you for joining us, and so we want to give a big shout out to Reloom for offering 2 Reloom library starter plan. It's free for a whole year, each valued at $380. So we want to announce the first giveaway. The winner is, give it up for Kat Lim. I will be reaching out to you on Twitter. Thank you for reposting and sharing the word. So that is the first giveaway. The second one, I won't be announcing it now. Actually, I'll be doing it at the end of the stream. And we're going to open up a poll. We're going to make sure that you are listening and paying attention. And the first person who answers the question that we post will get it. So congratulations, Kat Lim, for that. All right. So here is the agenda, guys. This is going to be a unique live stream. And we are going to have a coffee chat. It's a half an hour chat and get close and personal with our first guest, Benton Woodring. And then we're going to switch it up and pack in a practical demo. It's a 10 to 15 minute demo on Figma. And so that's going to be really fun. Feel free to hop in Figma and just kind of play along if you want. And then we're going to wrap it up with a Q&A. So if you guys have amazing questions and want to learn from the legend himself, that'd be a great time. So all right, so I want to set the tone, guys. This is going to be an experimental stream where I'm going to try a whole bunch of different formats. I am so excited. Yeah, the tone is going to be just like kind of chill, relax for the first bit, and then it'll pick up. So grab your coffee, grab your tea, relax. It's going to be good. Also, I just recommend that you maybe go for a walk or listen to our chat. If you're more of that person, we will be recording this and putting it on our podcast. So the link is below. Okay, that's it. Well, you know what? I want to welcome some people here. So let's see here. We have Pixel Geek. We have Felixander. We got Devin Fountain in the house, Nancy Pang, and Rob Daniels. Good to see you. Welcome, welcome. All right. So, without further ado, we have Benton Woodring, my first guest. This man needs no introduction, but, you know, out of formality, as this is episode 1 of the Digital Third, I'm going to do so anyway. He's been on the Reloom live streams multiple times, I believe 4 times, most famously crushing it on the Reloom Design League. Even the co-founder of Reloom, Adam Mura himself, says he is his #1 fan. So, without further ado, give it up for Benton Woodring. Woohoo! How you doing, man?
Good, man. Good to be here. Excited to see where this goes.
Awesome. All right. How are you feeling? This is episode 1. Yeah, it's been a while. Yeah, any thoughts? Just coming back on this new platform.
No, I'm just super excited. I'm also really excited to see all the other amazing designers that are going to be on the stream coming up soon. Got some pretty legendary names on here. Pretty excited.
Yeah, we are excited. And well, okay, let's just kick it off. So this is like a coffee chat. This is the first time, and we just want to get to know you. The whole point of this is we'll talk about design, but really I want to talk something outside of design. You know, just paint a picture of like where you're at. What's your workflow? I think this is kind of more of like behind the scenes of the greats. What are their routines, their mindsets, all that stuff. So let's kick it off. Maybe you can share to the audience, paint a picture of where you're at, like your location, your work, what do you do, all that stuff.
Yeah, I live in a town called Greenville, South Carolina. I'm originally a Colorado native, but we moved out here a couple years ago just to be close to family. So it's a small town. I've been getting adjusted to living in a smaller town, but it's nice. It's quiet. I must like ride my bike a lot, so it's great riding out here, which is awesome. We're in the foothills of the Blue Ridge Mountains.
Nice.
And then I'm a senior web designer at a agency called Bunsen Studio, and we focus on working with science and emerging tech companies. So yeah, I just joined there, I think it's like 3.5 months ago.
Okay.
Enjoying that so far.
I
And I've
see
been
you.
in the design industry, probably about 10 years now. Doing
Gotcha.
web design probably the last 4 years.
Okay, nice. I see you're repping the Unfold shirt there.
Yeah.
That's pretty awesome.
Represent.
Right on. Yeah, we love all the work that you did with them. Okay, so let me go through some of the questions here. Any hobbies? I know we talked about you, hardcore biking, road biking. Anything else? Like what else do you do that kind of gives you joy?
Yeah, I just love to be outside, and this area is a good spot for it, being near the mountains. So hiking, mountain biking. I've started to get into paddleboarding, which has been fun because we have some pretty awesome lakes nearby. So we'll drive out, take the family, just float around. That's been a lot of fun. So even my son has his own paddleboard now, so we've got the whole family going.
Oh, nice.
That's been a
That's
lot of
cool.
fun. Yeah,
And
anything
so,
that gets me outside, I say.
yeah, family. So you have some kids?
Yep, I have a daughter who's 6, a son who's 8,
Okay.
and I've been married 9.5 years.
Nice. Okay. So what are you gonna do for the Big 10 year?
I know, we're already
That's a
planning it.
lot of
Actually, we're
pressure.
hoping, I don't know, some other country somewhere to get out for 10 days or something. So
Yeah,
we haven't picked a location yet, but we're working on it.
that's good. At least you're already thinking about it. Like you won't forget.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, so our audience knows you best from the Realum Design League, but what other notable achievements would you say you're known for? I'm gonna pull up your bio here.
Yeah, that's a great question. I'd say like in the last year or two, it's been really cool to work with some really incredible designers, and the work that we've collaborated on has been featured by, like One Page Love or even Webflow. I think that was the one we were most excited about.
Yeah,
A website that we created called Creative South was featured in the keynote um,
nice.
during Webflow Conf last year, and that was really cool to see. So that one we were pretty excited about, just having our work on the big stage. So and that was very collaborative project with almost everyone I think at Unfold had some part in. So that was really cool.
Yeah, how do I click on the actual site here? Is it this one? Okay, anyways, we'll let that load up. I see your bike setup. Is this where you're sitting right now?
Yep. Yeah. It's
Love it.
less
Love it.
aesthetic behind me. I need to figure that out.
Nice. Okay, cool. Right on. And what else? So is this a project? It's like a branding project, Strauss?
Oh, yep. That was a brand project for a construction company. I used to work at a marketing agency in Kansas City called Native Digital, and worked on. I had actually always had a dream to brand a construction company, and finally got to do it. So that was a lot of fun. Got to, do some blue collar vibes and whip up some cool concepts for that.
Nice. Okay, cool. A lot of public live streams that you're stacking up here. I love it. Okay, and I have to bring. This is one of my favorite battles with you and Benton, or yeah, you and Fawn. Sorry. Yeah. So you've done 4 RDLs. Is that right? I believe so.
I think so. That sounds
Yeah.
right.
That's awesome. Okay, right on. Nice. Okay, so I want to know, with your desk setup there, like, tell me about your office. So you live in a house. Like, what's the surrounding community like? So you say it's a small town.
Yeah, I live in this town has 8,000 people, which is wild to me. Like, so tiny. So I'm still getting used to that. It's like semi-rural, but we can walk into like the main street, which has a bike trail that goes, pretty far. That we can just walk there. Yeah, the mountains are nearby. We have like a tiny mountain that's like right outside our door that I
Oh,
ride
nice.
up pretty frequently. So that's nice to have. And then, yeah, as far as desk setup, we moved into a house about a year ago. kind of working on slowly updating it. So eventually I'd love to have, we have a shed in the backyard. I'd love to eventually, remodel and get my office out there, but that'll
Oh,
probably be
really?
for in a year or two. We'll see.
Cool.
So right now I'm just in our room,
Nice.
for now. And that seems to work pretty well.
Well, you've converted it pretty well. Okay, so my question is, I want to know your peripherals. Like, what monitor do you have? Do you have like a mechanical keyboard, mouse? Like, what are your weapons of choice for just
Yeah.
crushing good designs here?
Yeah. I have a 2021 MacBook Pro M1.
And I see
I
here
have,
it's on a stand. Is that right?
yeah, there you go. Yep.
Yeah.
And then I have a pretty cheap monitor. I'd love to upgrade that eventually.
Okay.
Maybe a studio display. I have a mechanical keyboard.
Nice.
The Keychron, is it the K3? Like the low profile one.
Okay.
Logitech MX3 mouse. The Shure microphone on a Elgato low profile arm.
Okay.
I think that's most of the good stuff.
Nice. Okay. Cool. What else here? I'm just kind of scrolling down. Oh, okay. There are
And
more
then
pictures here.
sit stand desk. I have a treadmill that I'll use every now and then.
Wow.
And then an Aeron chair. And then I'd say my bike's probably my favorite piece, if you can count that.
So what kind of bike do you have?
This is a Cannondale Super 6 Evo
nice.
high mod with Dura Ace. So you have to be a pretty big bike nerd to know what that means, but it's really nice.
Yeah.
It's my first new bike since like 2014 or 2013.
Okay.
So I splurged, and it's like having a race car. I love it.
Nice. This is such a clean setup. I love it. So it's being featured on makestations.io. And for those who are listening, he just has really nice clean desk. Not a lot of clutter. He's trying to manage his cable down there, but I like the treadmill. You got a low profile. Is this the Elgato mic arm?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
I've been loving it so far.
That's the one I'm using too. It's great. Nice. Okay. Right on. Okay, tell me about like your daily routine. What's your typical day? How often do you go every morning on like 5 a.m. bike rides, or like, walk me through that.
Yeah, on the days I ride, I usually ride like 3 times a week. I do get up pretty early, like 4:45, and then get out for a ride with a group. You usually do around 45 miles, grab some coffee, and then head home.
Okay.
And then on the days that I don't ride, stay home, help kind of get the kids around, help make breakfast, and spend some time at home before getting started with work.
Gotcha. Okay. So we were talking before, and your kids are homeschooled. So, and that you switched into homeschooling during the pandemic. So
yeah,
how has that been switching from like normal school to now like kids are always at home, and how do you find that balance, like even having that mindset to just stay focused?
Yeah, that's a great question. When everyone was forced to like go work from home at first, it was a really tough transition for me. I was not used to being home with everybody all the time, but we kind of found our balance pretty quickly. Noise canceling headphones help a lot to get through the day. But yeah, we're all home most of the time, and which I love actually, being able to see the kids throughout the day. They can run in and interrupt me and show me their doodles and stuff, which I don't think I would ever trade that. So yeah, it's been pretty good. It's definitely a balancing act, but I think I prefer it over an office any day for sure.
Interesting. Okay. Do you find that the pace of just productivity is lower? Or is it better? Because like maybe you want those good distractions, right? With your kids come in and show their artwork. So how does
no,
that
I actually
play out?
I like it. Yeah, it's almost like it's like helpful noise a lot of times.
Okay.
I find I actually get more done when they are home, or otherwise I'll go out to a coffee shop just to change things up a little bit. But yeah, no, it seems to work really well, and I love just having that opportunity for them to for me being around all the time to be like normal. Like I love that that's normal for them. that I'm always around.
Yeah, I feel like that's kind of how things used to be before we got over densified and just living the big city life, right? I
Hmm.
think it's more healthy for families. Yeah, that's awesome. All right, Devin is saying he was surprised that you have kids. He thought you were 19. Matt
Not the
loves
first person to say that. I'm hoping
Matt
that'll
the
come in
youthful
handy when
loves.
I'm older. We'll see.
Yeah. Do you have a certain like diet regimen or like eat really healthy, or it's just the biking is the regular?
Oh, I don't know. I think I'm
Yeah.
just was
How do you
born with a
maintain
baby
your
face.
youthful looks? Yeah.
No, I mean, not really. Honestly, I'd say I'm not as healthy as now as I would like to be.
Okay.
Since moving into the house and stuff, we had like no kitchen for like 3 or 4 months
Okay.
while we were building that out, and so I was still kind of getting back on routine after that. Um, so yeah, I say there's always room for improvement for sure. But I've always loved just like getting outside and moving. I think that just comes easy for me.
Yeah. Yeah, Devin's saying maybe it's
The one I'm
walking the
not using right
treadmill.
now.
Yeah.
Only
Yeah,
because
that's
he makes
awesome.
fun of me when I do use it. He said it looks creepy when I'm on camera, which is true.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Now I'd like to know what are your favorite tools, like shortcuts. What are some like do you use Arc browser, or stuff for like design? What's like kind of like your go-to? I'm curious.
Yeah, obviously Figma. I use Arc browser. Love it. What else? I use. I definitely use like Spotify stuff like that.
Hmm.
I use a note-taking app called Simple Note.
Okay.
I really don't use a lot. Ever since switching to Figma, I feel like I can just keep everything in there, which I love.
Do you use
Um,
Notion?
Sometimes that's just for work. Personally, I don't. One thing I do
Okay.
use is Ulysses, which is a writing app. I really like that because it's really, really minimal.
Yep.
A lot of times in the mornings, I like to just do some like free flow writing for like 5 or 10 minutes just to kind of clear my head. You know, write down anything that, I want to focus on later.
Okay.
That has been one thing that I've really has made a big impact for me is just doing a little bit of free flow writing every day.
Mm.
I don't do it as often as I'd like to these days, but um, I've noticed that I can really stick to like what goals I have and like have a clear head and just be really productive if I do that in the morning.
Okay. Nice. So is that like a regular routine that you go through? You just kind of review your notes, or you just kind of do a brain dump, and then from there you kind of prioritize. Like, and so yeah, like walk me through. Is there a typical day, or is it always different every day?
Yeah, I'd say my routine is I used to be pretty locked in and had a one that I really liked. Like um, I would do yoga. I would go on a walk. I would
Oh,
write
nice.
for 5 to 15 minutes, have breakfast with the family, and then start work.
Okay.
But we've shifted like kind of routines around a little bit to where I do my bike rides like early in the morning because it's less interruptive.
Mm.
So still trying to figure out how to get the riding in, how to do more like the yoga. I feel like I'm still trying to figure out where to squeeze that in.
Okay.
But yeah, ideally, just brain dump, just clear my head. If there are certain things I want to work on, I'll dump those in, and sometimes I'll kind of refer back to them,
Mm-hmm.
or like track if there are certain goals that I'm working towards, like what progress am I making towards them? Do I need to shift things? A lot of times I like to plan out my routines. Like I literally write them down
Oh,
to
really?
like
Okay.
make sure. Yeah, like I literally will write down like morning work and evening routines and just kind of think through them like what am I accomplishing that I want to keep, what do I want to remove.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
I'll do that somewhat regularly just to kind of edit things. I don't always stick to it, but it does. I'm someone like writing is a great way for me to think. Just getting something on paper really
Interesting.
helps. Yeah.
Okay, okay, kids, this is neat. Like I know some great friends who are great at business, and they just have a simple paper pad, and they just write down. And I don't know about me, but I know it seems like for people, there's something about pen to paper as opposed to just like typing away, that
Right.
just translates better. Like yeah, So can you share with me about that? Like why does that help?
Yeah, I do a mix. I used to do strictly pen and paper, and I ended up switching to Ulysses, which is the app I use.
Okay.
Mostly because I can search and I can, if I think of something, I can type it on my phone and then it syncs across my devices, which is really nice. So if I'm out walking and I'm like, have a random thought that I want to come back to later or write about the next day, I'll just put it in Ulysses and, come back to it and be like, oh, I wanted to think about that more, and I can expand on it more. So yeah, definitely do more digital these days, but yeah, I definitely agree that pen and paper has a really good place, especially when you're like really trying to process through something.
And do you do that for like early sketching, for ideation, for wireframes, or do you just go straight to Figma these days?
These days I go straight to Figma. I used to be like definitely sketch everything out. I would sketch all my wireframes out, tape them up on the wall. I would sketch out even just rough ideas and just make as many iterations as I could. And I'd say now that I've been doing web design for a while, I feel like it's just more comes more quickly. I feel like I can skip that step.
Okay.
Yeah, but I definitely like if I ever get stuck on something, sketching always helps me unlock like a walk, writing and sketching. Like just turn off the screen, just doodle with your pencil and paper, ignore the inspiration, and just try to solve the problem on your own first. And I'd say almost every time I can at least get something figured out.
Do you think it's because like pen and paper, it just simplifies everything and your attention focus is just purely on the paper canvas? And then
100%. And I think it's an easy mistake to make, to be like, oh, I'm stuck. I need to go look at inspiration of a bunch of websites on an inspiration website.
Yeah.
And that definitely has its place, but I feel like it's really easy to be like, you just kind of end up copying something or creating something that's not as original or as tailored to, the problem you're solving. And yeah, I don't really think you can replace like pencil and paper for a lot of things.
Yeah, interesting. Okay. Favorite inspo websites?
Oh man, that's a good question. I feel like I rotate.
Pull it up.
Yeah, definitely my favorite that I go to is Site Inspire. That's probably my number one favorite.
Okay.
And then I also really like, I see Rob Hope's in here, so I got to shout One Page Love. Also, Godly website is really good. And I swear I keep coming across more and more just really good sites that I keep bookmarking. So those would be my top favorites. Landing Folio is good if you're looking just for like single page websites.
Yeah, okay, got it. So let me capture that one more time. So Site Inspire, Godly website, godly.website, and which one?
Landing Folio.
Okay.
One Page Love. And then I've been turned on more to Landbook, which I honestly wasn't as familiar with before, but they've got a lot of good stuff.
Okay. That's a lot. Nice. Okay, cool.
Yeah, I have a whole list, but those are probably my favorites. Yeah, good stuff. And then there's even like inspiration sites for like open graph images. OG Image Gallery, I think, is the URL. But I love like the really specific ones. It's like, will you do this one single thing? Nice. I've been getting pretty into that, like the really simple, specific sites.
Cool. Matt's saying he uses PicSave. Let me check that out.
Oh, I haven't heard of that one.
Have you heard of that? Okay.
No. See, I swear I keep hearing about new ones all the time. I love it.
PicSave.
I've been trying to bookmark as many as I can.
Is that an app? Did I get it wrong? Smartest image organizer? I don't know. I'm not sure. Nice. Anyways, okay. What else? What other questions do I have for you? We're gonna wrap up pretty soon. Right. So, okay, when you start, I'm just curious, what sites do you visit daily, like without fail, and why? It doesn't have to be an inspiration, just any website.
Yeah, I'd say definitely Twitter. I feel like I spend more time on Twitter than I used to. Yeah. But honestly, it's been really good for me for like design community. Like I know many people now that I met on Twitter that I know in person, like you being one of them. Same with like a lot of other people that I've met at like Config or other places. I think it's a really good place to just kind of, put your work out there, have good discourse around design, and get to meet people. That's probably where I spend the bulk of my time, honestly, if I were there.
You've been producing a lot of good stuff. Like working on patterns. This is pretty nice here. There's like a gradient. I love the gradients.
Yeah, that was a fun one. That was we were building blog like templates for a client. So basically, we did their full web design. Then they wanted a separate identity just for the blog portion of their website, and then also kept fleshing out kind of this brand specific to their blog website, and built out like templates for them to use for imagery. So that was a lot of fun. So we even built out a full like quote unquote brand guide just for those templates.
Okay, so yes, footer.design. Is this okay? So you got
We haven't built it yet.
Okay, all right. Tell me about this. Tell me.
Yeah, so this is something I'm excited about, and I'm hoping to get more time to put towards soon. But I'm collaborating with some other designers, including Devin, who's in here.
Shout out Devin
to build this out. But yeah, this was something I ran into. I was looking for just like footer designs, like inspiration just around a footer. Mm-hmm. And I didn't find anything that was built around just that. There's like awards, you can like filter it, different other sites that you can filter just to look at those components. But I just wanted like a dedicated site just for that, similar to OG Image Gallery, which is just open graph image inspiration.
Okay.
So yeah, I was just sharing it on Twitter, and I forget who it was. Someone was like, footer.design's available. And I was like, oh snap. So I bought that, whipped up a quick mock-up, and then was like, who else is interested? Got some other people on board. So we're working on it. It's, in addition to, everyone's day jobs, but hoping to get that out soon.
I just realized you use the footer as the hero section, the top line. Yeah, that is, I love it. It's like flipping the script on it.
Yeah, and it wasn't my idea. It was either Devin's idea or somebody else. I can't remember, but it's been a culmination of many people's kind of their creative input, which I love.
It's so good. It's like redeeming the forgotten child, right? Like no one appreciates the footer. It gets neglected.
Yeah, I honestly want to get like one of my copywriter friends on to help with like, it's like kind of like the unsung hero of web design. People usually just it's like the junk drawer. They just throw all their random links down there, and I want to feature it more.
Yeah,
just kind of a fun project. So hopefully we can get that built out soon.
That's awesome. I love these posts. It's so like well curated. New day, new rectangles. Yeah, that's it. Day in, day out. Okay, so while we're here, we're looking at these wireframes, and this is a perfect segue into the NIGS segment, into our Figma demo. So shout out to Casey Catalbez. She loves the footer.designs project. So welcome, Carlos. Good to see you. What else? Let's see here. Okay, well, this wraps up this segment on the behind the scenes of Benton Woodring. Thank you for sharing your space, your mindset for productive work, and your routines for work-life balance. Next, time for a little show and tell. Okay, so let's hop into Figma here. I'm going to follow you. And let's see here. Are you here?
Yeah, so this is just a junk drawer of all random projects I've kind of worked on over the last year or two.
Okay. How do I open? Oh man, give me a sec here. I can't seem to follow you for some reason.
Oh, hit command slash. Do you have your? Yeah, hit command slash real fast.
Yeah. Command backslash.
Is it showing? Yeah, there we go. Okay. Yep, and I hit my
noob mistake. My bad. Okay, go ahead.
So obviously we had Reloom.
Yeah,
we've done that a few times. The latest one being the sneakers. The a project that was recently launched for a Web3 education platform.
Wow, you did all of this?
I know if Vic is in here, he did these like killer illustrations, like just absolutely insane. All designed in Figma.
The Vic, the host of Landon Brand.
Yes.
Oh my
that
goodness. Vic. Hey Vic, I'm a huge fan. Cool, very cool.
Yeah, so that was one. That one recently went live. Done some like random like fun exercise ones where we would this is similar to like kind of Reloom. We would do this internally as a team, like how fast can you just like whip something up. We had a real estate investment company. That one went live probably a year ago. Of course, we got Creative South. Vic was also a huge part in that. All those illustrations, insane.
So for those watching, share us in the comments like which one you want to dive into, because I mean this is a lot of good stuff, and
yeah, there's a lot.
Very talented. If he can dive into which one, he does have one in mind to kind of break down and share. But so this next segment here is it's actually to promote our upcoming Project X, which will be officially announced later this week, and Benton's a part of the project, so. We won't share it too much more, but yeah, I think we just want to showcase what he can do and what he can offer in terms of just web design education. So yeah, please share it in the comments. Yeah, so yeah, tell me about this one, Design With Us. I love this one.
Yeah, Rymar's on, I think, as well, but yeah, we were just kind of messing around, coming up with some like web concepts for like a quick brand that was whipped up. So I hopped in Discord with them for an evening, messed around with some design, some awesome assets that were like already created. And obviously this is pretty half baked, but we had some fun putting some stuff together.
Yeah. I love that. You spun that up in like within an hour.
Yeah, something like that. But this one's probably like one of my favorite ones.
Okay.
I just made this one before work. I was wanting to make an architecture website. I would love to do some more of those eventually.
Yeah.
Just like the clean layouts and everything. So put this out, and then Isaac, Megan on Twitter, offered to build this out in Webflow, which is really cool. So someone took my design that I whipped up and built out like a fully demoed out site, which was really cool. So he added some motion, a nice carousel. You just like whip that up really quick, which was nice. So it's really cool to like see someone else bring something that you designed to life.
Yeah, nice interaction. Ooh, it's like hops.
Yeah, that carousel's fun.
Nice, right on. Shout out to Isaac. Great stuff. Okay, so yeah, tell me, this is so unique. It's like a split view here, and then you got like an off-grid gallery. It's not. It doesn't open the photo up, but yeah, okay, let's.
Yeah, he just quickly built it out, and that was his idea too. He only had the top half of the design, so he added the bottom and
okay,
around motion and how things would flow. So that was all him.
See, that's the beauty of collaborative design. You just put it out there, and then people just pick it up and make it better.
Yeah, love it.
Okay, yeah, I don't know. Maybe you can share just like break down your process, your approach, or maybe the layout. Yeah, it's the stage is yours.
Yeah. For this one specifically, or just in general? I guess so.
Yeah, or this one. I think we can just kind of take it apart a little bit.
Yeah. So this one, I was just wanting to mess around with something before work. I was feeling like I just wanted to make something for an architecture website. So I just grabbed some quick inspiration. And this is like not my total typical process. This was like just quick and dirty. Wanted to get something out there. So found a couple of things I liked. I kind of liked these serifs here. I liked kind of this off-camber layout here. I loved this like rich green and kind of pairing like a sans serif or a serif with a sans serif. So I liked those ideas. I kind of liked bringing in some lines, kind of different layouts. So I just use those real quick. And a lot of this, I've got a lot better at after doing Reloom, just having to think so quickly. So it's like just grab a couple things, throw it in there, don't even think, and just design something really fast. And so that's what I was doing with this one, and it's actually really helped my design process because I can just think more quickly and lean more on my intuition. Yeah, exactly. Not to get like hung up on, you know, making everything pixel perfect, but just getting an idea down. And there are a lot of principles that you can lean on, you know, as you do that, like already having a good sense of like hierarchy and typography, you know, using your grid. A lot of those things will just really speed up your process. So that's exactly what I did on this too.
Okay, so let's say if you have a blank canvas, how do you start? Like, do you start on the left side? Do you start with typography first or image? Like what in terms of this approach, how did you do that?
That's a great question. I think this one specifically, I wanted a really good typeface that was unique. So I looked for a few options, and this one is the one that I found, Map Roman. It's a Adobe font, just real chunky and interesting serif. And I wanted it to be really large, so a condensed type was perfect for this. I played with a couple layouts. I don't think I have it saved in here, but I had a few couple options. One was like using red and like a cream color, but then I ended up settling on kind of more of a green. So yeah, it was originally typography, just do a quick layout, and then I played with color and adding imagery, and then adding some of like the finer details, like a carousel, like real subtle CTA text down here. And titles for like the different properties.
I like this type. What is it?
Yep. I think I'm using Sony again. I feel like that. Yeah. It's one of my, like, when I work quickly, there are a few that I go to like really quickly. Yeah. This one's just enter, Sony mono, and then Map Roman for the headline. So I just worked quickly, didn't try to spend a ton of time finding the perfect font or finding like the perfect colors or imagery. I think this one I did in like 45 minutes or so to an hour maybe. Nice. So just trying to get something done before I started work that day.
Kevin saying New Jersey, USA. I'm assuming he's from there. Awesome. Guys, if you like this stuff, give us a thumbs up. It'll really give me feedback, or just like let us know in the chat. But yeah, this is good. Okay. Do you start with like a wireframe though? Like, do you use Reloom
it depends
at all, or
it depends. Yeah. So for now, for this one, I did not. For a lot of the really quick comps, I don't at all. Nowadays, at Bunsen, we actually have a separate team that creates the content, and then I just do design, that's a new process for me. Before I used to, work with a copywriter, then build out wireframes with them, and then get into design. Now we have a UX designer or UX strategist who creates these like really robust wireframes with all of the content. Even like we have to do a lot of like technical diagrams and information design for science companies. So even like sketches of what that could look like, notes on how things could function. So when I get it, it's like pretty baked out. Like I have all the information I need, and I can just go straight into design. And generally at that point, we've also had brand work has been done already at that point too. We have a full brand identity. So I get to just focus on just the design. Yeah, it's crazy. It's pretty cool. You can really just focus on it.
That is nuts. And of course, you did this one too, right? Like in just half an hour.
Yes. This site this site was all designed pretty much before I got there.
Wow.
So I helped with like launch and a little bit of QA, but this was really all done by the team before I joined.
I love this gradient blur. That is so cool.
Yeah. Check out the 3D hero, the interactivity on the hero.
Yeah.
It might not come through on this on the screen share, but yeah, it's like really interactive.
That's really fancy. Amazing. Cool. Okay. Anything else to share in Figma with your work? Guys, we have a few minutes left, and then we'll just open up for Q&A. If you have any good questions, we can just dive into, his designs or whatever. So honestly, the rest of the
Yeah.
stream, it's is all for you guys. So
I do have a question for the audience, though. Is we're going to be doing, design workshops down the road. What kind of, hero section would you guys like to see? Do you want to see an architecture site? Do you want like a SaaS company?
Yeah.
Like what do you guys want to see?
okay, can
Be a
you
good
quickly
question.
shuffle through the
Yeah.
websites in your portfolio? So this is,
And it doesn't have to be one of these. It could be a new one too.
yeah.
Let's see.
List it off, guys. Oh, so practice. Okay. Okay, you got to slow down a little bit. This is like
We have so
too
many.
good.
There are a lot of Web3 ones in here from Unfold. We did a lot of Web3 companies.
Yeah. Okay. Matt's asking
This one could be
people-
interesting. This one is very collaborative, so that could be an interesting one.
Yeah. Which one did you do all by yourself?
That's very few of them.
Okay.
A lot of these were from Unfold, which is like very, very collaborative. So it's always funny when people are like, "Did you design all that?" And it's like most of the time, I'd say a good project is when you say no, because there are a lot of people involved, and it like came out that good. So there are a lot of people that are involved in order to make a final product. I mean, I could say Reloom, like the RDL stuff was me, but outside of that, it's really hard to pinpoint, me doing every single thing, because a lot of these projects are like, there's brand, there's product, there's illustration, there are other web designers. So it's a mix of things.
Yep.
And whether I led the project or did a lot of the design, it's always a combination of everyone collaborating.
Okay, cool. All right. Rob is saying he'd like to see a physical product. That'd be kind of cool instead of a software. So I'd like to bring this over to your Reloom stuff, your RDL stuff. So, I mean, this is a physical product. So let's just start here. It's good to revisit it. I think you did this. You did this in half an hour. Oh, this is the cleaner version, isn't it?
Yeah, I cleaned this one up a little bit. It was a little floppy, but it was
like
basically this. Yeah. Because I don't think I finished my footer. I'm pretty sure.
Right.
I think I ran out of time.
Yeah.
Poor guy.
Okay, so that's Hype Burger. I do want to go through this because I want to kind of dissect and your thinking in approaching, again, like hero header sections and doing it off in the fly, and how different it is from a 30-minute website to like a full-fledged, couple week or month long project.
Right. Yeah. Obviously with, a 30-minute one versus an actual project, you have a client that's involved. So there's a lot of back and forth that goes from there. Like you have like certain objectives that you need to accomplish. With, doing something in 30 minutes, you don't have time for any of that. You're just acting on instinct. So I'd say that's like a huge difference, is just having more cooks in the kitchen.
And for the just the structure, how different do you think it is? Because let's just take the hero section. You got like a big heading, big hero image, and then your CTAs. It's always that way. So whether it's like left justified, text on the left, image on the right. I mean, you kind of did the same here.
You're basically always working with the same elements. Like, there are times when you'll go outside of that, but those are basically all the elements. You'll have some type of imagery, you'll have a headline, you'll have a call to action, you might have some subcopy. So you basically always have those few elements that you can work with. It's just how you arrange them.
Okay. And then this is basically the same, right? It's like this is one that you spent a lot more time on.
Yeah, this one was probably about an hour and a half. This was like a quick, also like kind of quick kind of layout with the design team at Unfold as practice.
So is this like
this might have been before one of the RDL sessions. I think it was kind of like preparing us.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we were practicing.
Oh, this is a practice session. Okay.
Yeah.
Nice. So is this like a dark mode and light mode? Is this the two difference, or I mean, it's like
I think they were just iterations. Yeah, the first one was me in 30 minutes, and then 30 to 45, and the second one was me refining it so I could share it a little bit more.
Yeah, so you got the grids here for the product, and then you
Yeah,
got a
added some like
full.
textures and patterns.
Uh-huh. That is really cool. That is cool to see. This was already to me like a uh, what is it? A hi-fi design,
Mhm.
high fidelity, and then this you just added that pop.
Right.
Yeah, that's cool. Really cool. Okay, so guys, this is a little sneak peek. We are launching Project X. Like I said, Benton's part of it. It's kind of a workshop, okay? It's I mean, you can just look at the breadth of his work. If you guys want to learn from Benton, there's just a wealth of knowledge, and we're gonna be is a little plug. Yeah, we're gonna be releasing a beta pilot program, and we want to see if you guys are interested, if it'll be helpful and valuable. And he will be covering just one element, which is the hero header section. It's they're 1 hour sessions. There are 6 other top designers, so in total, it's 6 sessions. I'm already sharing too much, but that's all I'll say for now. So Benton's covering web design. Yeah. So okay. Any other questions? Let's see here. Chisholm said, "I would like to see some collection of mobile hero section.
Oh
That
yeah,
is as
it's a good
cool
idea.
as that is as cool or close to desktop hero section. Okay. Do you have any of that? Oh yeah, I see some.
Mobile, yeah, we got plenty in there. But I like the idea of always considering breakpoints for other devices too, not just doing desktop, which is what most people do,
Mhm.
because that takes some skill too, is like considering how those will break.
Yeah. Can you share some of your mobile layouts and kind of talk about that?
Yeah, yeah.
Maxim says something new, not from Unfold era. Ooh, what
Yeah.
does that mean?
Well, a lot of this is from Unfold, so
Oh, I
I've
see.
got
Okay.
plenty of other work that I could drop in. Some new projects I think I should be able to share soon. So yeah, let's find a mobile version. So this one was one that launched recently, Easy A,
Oh, you did
that
a
I
website
mentioned
for them. This is
earlier.
the college, the
Yeah, so
college
yeah, Web3
crypto.
like education platform.
Yeah.
So this one we had interesting challenges because we had some like kind of crazy layouts going on here. They used to be a lot more complicated. We kept simplifying just simply due to the limitations of development.
Mm.
But yeah, playing with how these things stack, because obviously it's going to stack very differently on mobile when we have things like pinned left and right and got bottom corner,
Hmm.
and how all that breaks and stacks.
Hmm.
And you got to play with scale. Always test on your device too. That's always huge. That use Figma Mirror on your phone, because how
Okay.
it looks on your desktop versus how it actually looks on your device is very different. You can
Hmm.
go a lot smaller and a lot tighter on your mobile designs than you would think.
Okay, I just want to pick this apart a little bit. Okay, so in terms of the desktop here, right? So you have this little stats here. So you naturally stack that up top. And then you added this little element next because that's kind of where that goes. And then
Mm-hmm.
from there, you just took these little cards, these elements from here and stacked it there.
Yeah, and we treated that basically like as an image, kind of
Okay.
on its own. So yeah, we flipped it up top.
Gotcha. And then you went into like the feature cards, right? The fast, which is here, and then mobile, and then in depth. That's interesting. Normally, I would even in a web layout,
Mm-hmm.
I would stack it from left column and then right. So it'd be fast,
Right.
in depth, and mobile. So is there thoughts about that, or it doesn't really matter?
That one, it might have been a design choice over a content choice
Yeah.
because we wanted to break it up visually between two similar visuals that are like horizontal rectangles,
Okay.
and kind of break that up.
Okay.
Content wise, I think they were all equal hierarchy, so that's ended up I think why we ended up going that direction.
Mm. It is cool seeing the translation from desktop to mobile and what makes the cut.
Yeah, and you'll see some things aren't even there. Like, it doesn't always make sense to include like these these
Yeah.
visuals here, for example. Like you don't need that like sitting on top of your image when your screen is, 390 pixels wide. You don't have as
Right.
much real estate.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. You almost kind of wanted. You're tempted to just miniaturize it and scale it down and then
Right.
fit it in, right? But may not
Right.
be helpful. Interesting. So then these cards, how do they stack?
Those are pretty straightforward.
Okay. Yeah.
You're
Yeah.
actually able to keep pretty similar dimensions on those.
Gotcha. You guys like this? Let us know. Again, this is all an experiment, but we're definitely doing a deeper dive than what you normally see in the Reloom Design League. Okay, any other questions here? Yeah, Rob saying making good mobile layout is hard. Eddie from Debu, how do you strike balance between designing something cool and something which user-centric, like for a business, which would be digested by consumers easily?
Yeah. That's definitely a balance. Is like, a lot of times you just want to go crazy and design like super interesting, like you've got like scroll jacking and like horizontal scrolling or just crazy animations where everything is moving, but you have to balance that with people actually being able to digest the content on your site. And I think we're definitely moving back towards simple sites. I feel like less motion, more simple layouts. So I think we've definitely had an era of like overkill of motion and animation. So it's definitely a balance for sure. It's very easy to overdo things.
Any other questions? We are nearing the end of the hour, so we're probably going to wrap it up. While we're just waiting, Benton, without sharing too much about Project X, what can you share? I don't know, like how you feel. And while you're doing that, I'm going to enter the poll here in the chat.
Yeah, I'd say I'm really excited. Without giving away too much, I think there's a huge opportunity for something just like this in the design community. There are a lot of things out there like courses or things that are kind of like self-paced you do on your own, but I think there's a lot of room for more community, more regular interaction with other designers, to where you can really improve your skills in a way that's kind of more one-on-one or small group setting. So I'm excited for it. When you first shared the idea, I was totally on board and super excited to be involved.
Nice. Yeah, it is. Guys, I'm so pumped. I wish I could tell you right now, but we got to launch it properly. We're teasing it. It's really the ultimate area that I want to go to. I mean, if you guys like the Reloom Design League, where we're taking this is better at scaling it for everyone, and I want to do it right. And it's really ultimately taking all the insights, all the entertainment and the fun stuff from the RDL and like giving it over to the community. And so I want to blow it up. I think it's going to help. And so I just need a proof of concept. So, all right. So with that, we're going to post a Q&A. So the first person to answer the question, what vehicle website did Benton design when he won the third place in RDL 1? First person to answer gets the second prize of the Reloom Library Starter Pack. So that is open. I don't know how this answer works, but let's see. I can't see the chat anymore, so we'll see. Yeah, how was this? Was this fun? I had a good time.
Yeah, it was awesome.
You guys like the good beats. We are playing music from by Cordio. I'll remember to put his Spotify profile in the link below. Okay, let's see. End Q&A. Oh, people can't really submit. Hey, I guess not. Okay, come on, guys. Let's see if you guys can get the answer. There's only 14 watching, so I would highly recommend that you quickly go to the Reloom channel. This is an opportunity to swipe a free year Reloom Library Starter Kit. And if no one gets it in the next 2 minutes, then we're gonna close it, and then I'll just I'll try to find a random person on Twitter just to give it away. I have an embarrassing question for you, Benton. Have you used the library? I know not everyone does.
Yeah, and that's because right now it's sad to say, but I don't know how to use Webflow. So that's something I would love to do in the near future is, finish that that kind of like that knowledge, like being able to design and then carry it into Webflow. So it's definitely on the agenda.
Gotcha. What about the AI site builder? Have you played with that?
I have not personally. No, I was messing around with Framer and doing that a little bit. That was pretty clunky, but I haven't tried the Webflow one since it came out, or the Relim one since it came out.
Okay, let me.
So that site's awesome.
Let me quickly show you guys real quick here. Okay, build a site. Let's see if I can go to dashboard. Let's take a look here. Did I do anything with Digital Third? No, because ours is very simple. Anyways, so I just created a sitemap. And then you can click here and it automatically builds and generates a wireframe. So hang on here. I'm probably doing the worst demo for them. Rerun. Here you go, adding components. There you go. Boom. Look how quick that was.
So good.
That's
amazing.
So I don't know. I think this could be helpful, and it's free. It just generated it based off of a company description, right? And then you go hero section, about section, live stream, blah, blah, blah. And then generates the wireframe. And then from there, you can export it to Figma and then start playing, or bring it straight to Webflow.
It's amazing.
Yeah, pretty amazing. Rob, I'm sorry, my friend. I know you're the only one sharing, but it is not Luminaire Future Electric. That was the Luminaire. Yeah, was that
that was the name that we created for the site, or for the quote unquote brand.
For the bike?
No, for my
got it.
Relim.
Luminaire, yes, but what car? The future is electric. Oh, come on, guys, which car?
You guys are getting warmer.
Website. I guess I wasn't clear.
Which actual like real electric vehicle company?
Yes, real vehicle. First one gets it. Come on, guys, it's at your fingertips.
You can do it.
It's on
so
YouTube.
Close.
All right. Come on. If we don't do it, then that's all good. All right. Yeah. Thank you for joining. I appreciate it. This was fun.
Oh, we got one.
Yeah. All right. Felixander, congratulations. It is. Let me show you again. We did hint it. It. There you go. Rivian website on the left. Actually, I love the video there. Yeah, that was pretty cool. Against Fonzmans. Look out for future collaborations with him as well. There's a lot of fun stuff coming down the pipeline. So, all right. Thank you, everyone. It was great. It was a good first episode. Benton, any final words?
No, I'm just super excited to see where you take this project. I think it's like there's a great opportunity for it, like in the design community. I think it's going to be really good. Stoked.
Nice. Cool. All right, everyone. With that, I got to find like a new outro and like phrase.
Right.
But I'll just say, have a sweet day, guys. Right, announcements. We are going to have another live stream on Thursdays. So I'm going crazy. We're going on Tuesdays and Thursdays. Same time, same bat channel. We'll be lining up a lot of good guests. So with that, have a great day. Take care. Bye-bye.